So, after one night, after the Royal Rumble, what on God's green earth could happen on Raw? That's what I didn't when we started the show. And what I think of now? It's not too bad. So, we started off Raw tonight with John Cena. Remember, the guy's being evaluated, because we might have God himself, a.k.a. Triple H, coming to evaluate him to see what his future holds and everything. So what does he do? He comes out there and he announces the Elimination Chamber, the Raw Elimination Chamber, that is. And the following participants will be, of course, CM Punk will be defending the title against the following: Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho, R-Truth, The Miz, and Kofi Kingston. My God, why the hell isn't Jey Uso in this? For all you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't know that was in Mr. Rout's Royal Rumble, and I had 24 who happened to be Jey Uso, that's why if I ever say Jey Uso, you know why. Damn it, Jey Uso. But anyway, so later on in the night, we also had CM Punk come out, of course, coming out saying, oh, how tonight John Laurinaitis is going to be fired, blah, blah, blah. Then out comes Daniel Bryan, who actually got a reaction tonight. I finally heard Daniel Bryan get a reaction. He got booed, but hey, he's a heel. His job to get booed, obviously. He got a reaction. Took about a month and a half, Daniel Bryan, but hey, you did it. So anyway, so the next thing you know, John Laurinaitis just has his bright idea. Tonight, we'll have CM Punk versus the one and only Daniel Bryan in a non-title match. Even though both these guys are world champions, that's right, I'm making a non-title match. World champion versus world champion. I think that's gonna be good. And I am John Laurinaitis, I deserve more respect. Yeah. So then we had also Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler. This match was kind of interesting. And the reason why is because, for the most part, you had Wade Barrett, and Barrett Barrage, who his new thing, in my opinion, kind of sucks compared to his old thing. He was like in the skybox, the luxury seats, right next to Josh Matthews, and he was watching the match, and I found that kind of good, because that's something you don't see every day. Usually it's somebody in the back, like backstage, or they're in the locker room, just staring at the TV going, No, he's actually watching it live, like a fan's point of view, type of deal, so I thought that was kind of cool. But the match itself, Orton and Ziggler, it was okay, we've seen this before. Orton wins RKO, enough said, So obviously they're still doing this whole Orton and Barrett feud. Would it lead to, is it going to lead to, WrestleMania? I don't know. But I'm going to make a good guess. Both these guys are going to be in the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. So then, of course, we have the Funkasaurus himself, Brodus Clay. Taking on, not Jey Uso, because he doesn't deserve to be a job, Tyler Rex. That's right, Tyler Rex was on a television stream tonight. Woo! Tyler Rex! Yeah, he lasted about 8 seconds or something ridiculous. And his new finish, what is the finisher called? Oh my funk? What the funk? That's what it is. What the funk? What the funk? Yeah, what the funk will get out of you. But hey, still make Brodus Clay good. He did botch again with his pants. He did that last week when I went to Raw and Phoenix. I was like, what the hell? But whatever. And of course, last night, when we got that John Cena video package, we got that tonight on Raw. We got the Rocks, video package. And I thought it was pretty good and everything. I'm liking these video packages they're having with each other. It pumps up and makes the feud more and more as they do it. Even if The Rock, doesn't come via satellite or, The Rock just comes there in general, it's still building up the feud at the same time. So then you have this match. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention though, can't believe I forgot about this. In the opening segment, we had the Celtic Warrior fella, the new 2012 Royal Rumble winner, the Sheamus, the Great White. And he said it himself, that he doesn't know who he's gonna, basically, cash in his, Royal Rumble. Is it gonna be the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship? We'll have to find out on that one. And then he said something about Irish to freaking John Laurinaitis, to like, a loser, or something, I don't know what the hell he said, but anyway, we had Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk, and when I saw this on paper, I said, my God, the YWC is loving this right here, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, I mean, RH all over again, these bots. So, they actually did get a lot of time, surprisingly. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, they got a good amount of time. The match was good. I'll give it credit. It was a good match. Until, Chris Jericho came in, pulled Daniel Bryan out of the ring, basically pushed him aside. Match ended disqualification. Daniel Bryan wins disqualification, and guess what happens? Jericho comes in there and hits a code breaker. So with all you people who were bitching and whining and complaining last night Jericho didn't win the Rumble because he might not face Punk, they're basically saying right now he's most likely going to face Punk. So you got your wish. You got a young superstar being pushed up to the max, like Sheamus, and you got a guy, a veteran, who technically doesn't really need a Royal Rumble win, and is probably going to be facing CM Punk anyway, whether he's going for the title or not, which most likely probably is, against CM Punk. Granted, they're both in the Elimination Chamber, I understand that, but maybe Jericho might lose to a guy not like a guy like Punk, and he could say, well, you know what, you never beat me. Yes, you're still a champion, but technically, you never beat me. I am best in the world at what I do. You just think you're the best in the world, and you stole my idea from that. See? So then we have R-Truth, little Jimmy, come out on commentary, and, do a commentary of Kofi Kingston and Miz. Which was a good match. It was an alright match. Kofi wins the match, Couple in Paradise, 1, 2, 3, and again, continues the feud between the Miz and Kofi Kingston. The Miz is just getting frustrated, loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. Now, that is Drew McIntyre, because at least the Miz has won in the last, month or so. Drew McIntyre has won in a year. But, yeah, so, just continues the feud, and to be honest with you, when I found out Kofi Kingston was in Elimination, I was a little bit surprised. I was like, really, Kofi? But, I thought maybe, Swagger or someone would be in it, but I understand, he got nothing to do with Kofi, went up for him in the chamber. Maybe he could fly off the pod or something, to somebody, so I understand it. Then we have the Divas match. Beth Phoenix versus Eve Torres, which was, as you can guess, was short. It was only about 2 minutes long. Beth wins, Glam Slam, and then the interesting part happens. And this is when it became good, and then in my opinion kind of went, You had Kane come on the Titantron, his music hit and everything. Again, he's on Titantron saying to Eve, well, you could blame this all on John Cena. He's not embracing the hate. If John Cena never embraced the hate, I would never attack your friend, Zack Ryder. Now I'm gonna... You didn't think he was gonna kidnap her, but it was something along those lines. And then he sneaks, and Eve's just looking around like, oh, what the hell is he? And then Kane sneaks up behind her. And then, she's freaking out, of course. And then comes out John, and I'm thinking, okay, cool, he's gonna take her hostage, and Eve's actually gonna have a big part in the storyline. And then John Cena's music hits, and then he comes out there and starts whipping freaking Kane's ass. I'm like, what the hell? And then Michael Cole. What the hell was Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler? He's embracing the hate. What the hell is he embracing the hate by grabbing the freaking, steel steps and just whacking it over Kane? I mean, he didn't look pissed off. He looked happy while he was beating the hell out of, he didn't show any rage, any fury. He was just, freaking pissed off and he was beating the hell out of him. And then Kane runs away. WWE just dropped the ball in the storyline so bad, it's not even funny. Seriously. This storyline was up to here. Nothing. In one segment. Not saying I did not see this coming, because I know I saw this coming with John Cena and this whole Kane thing. But I didn't think it was all going to end tonight. We're in Kansas City, boys. Oh, in the Kansas City Motel. Yeah, we are. So then we have John Laurinaitis. Come out, and then we got Triple H, the God, talking about how we should fire John Laurinaitis, because John Laurinaitis has put his personal things into it. How Vince McMahon did it, and he got removed. How Triple H himself did it, he got removed. And how John Laurinaitis should be removed. And the Laurinaitis I'm sorry, WWE Universe, and, Triple H said he was lying, and first he even mentioned a little bit of the Kiss My Ass Club, to the part that John Laurinaitis got on his knees, got chapstick, and looked like he was about to kiss Triple H's ass. And I sat there no freaking way, this is PG, this is gonna freaking kiss his ass. But then, Triple H is like, oh, you're a freak, you need help, what's wrong with you, blah, 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 well, I don't know where your lips have been. And then, all of a sudden, freaking, he's about to basically say, you're fired. And then, out we hear, gong, there's a few gongs in there, lights go out, and next thing you know, lightning hits, blue, pyro, whatever, smoke, out comes the Deadman, the Undertaker. That's right, the Undertaker did return tonight. I wasn't expecting that tonight, maybe in a few weeks or so, maybe around the Elimination Chamber, but I was actually surprised to see him tonight. Taker, we can know we're wearing a wig. We know you all went bald. That's a wig you're wearing, because that hair looks faker than freaking Lady Gaga's wigs. That's saying something. But anyway, so Taker came down to the ring. I think John Laurinaitis like ran like hell. He wasn't in the ring all of a sudden. And Taker's looking up at the WrestleMania logo, and he's looking at Triple H, looking back at the logo. Triple H looks at the logo. Then he looks back at Triple H. Goes like that. And thinking, oh god, this is last year all over again. They're not going to say a word. They're going to taunt each other. That's it. And then Triple H looks at freaking Undertaker. And then Triple H pegs freaking Undertaker on the shoulders and walks out. And I thought to myself, well, I didn't see that one coming. You know, basically, to me, that's kind of giving a sign of, oh, Triple H doesn't want to do round 3. WWE might say only round 2, but realistically, it's round 3. Yes, kiddies, WrestleMania 17, that happened. So, Triple H walks out, and Undertaker just looks back at the thing, look at the logo, and that's the end of the show. So yeah, good shot of us having God and Taker round 3 at WrestleMania. We're not even complaining. Last year was a good match, and then of course the first match way back when was good. Who knows about this time around? And we might have CM Punk versus Jericho, guys. Do not freak out. Gotcha. Anyway, that's it for me, and it feels good.